All three of my Phalaenopsis orchids bloomed for me, and today I'm going to tell you how I made that possible. Hello, welcome to Whimsy Crafter. I hope you all are doing great. If you have joined me for the first time on my channel, do hit that subscribe button and don't forget to click the bell icon. And if you find my content informative or engaging, do hit that like button. Now, I have been posting videos on YouTube regarding my hobbies, especially gardening, from 2017. And those of you who have been on my journey with orchids, you know that I am absolutely obsessed with Phalaenopsis orchids, and I have been trying desperately for so long to make them bloom under my care. I have had successes with Dendrobium hybrid orchids, Dendrobium species orchids, and also Rhynchostylis retusa. I live in Kolkata in an urban setup, as you can tell, but Phalaenopsis orchids were really a tough nut to crack until not so any longer this year. So in the screen you can see three different varieties of Phalaenopsis orchids. There were no IDs on the plant when I bought them first in the month of November 2024, so it's very difficult for me to ID them for you, but they have been with me for 1.5 years. I have been taking care of them. I have been making them adjust to my microclimate, and they have finally rewarded me with blooms. So basically, as I had made a previous video on orchids regarding how much light they need, I had used a Lux light meter over there, but for my Phalaenopsis orchids this time I really could not make that happen because I am posting after a very long 8-month hiatus, and a lot of changes have happened in my place, in my life ever since. So I haven't been very particular about the way I go about things. So basically I have kept my Phalaenopsis orchids on my orchid stand, which is actually an upcycled clothes rack, and it has been covered by green net shade, as you have seen in my previous videos, and that is where the Phalaenopsis orchids were kept along with all the other orchids that I have, and they were mostly watered by rain. Okay, so yeah, during the summer months I misted them underneath the leaves, and I took care to prevent water stagnation in the crown or the crevices of the leaves, because that leads to fungus and rot. But apart from that, they were mostly sustained by rainwater. I really did not add fertilizer except maybe seaweed spray once a month, and the results, as you can see right now on the screen, they were very fast to respond to my care. So one of the plants came with spike, and I repotted all three of them, and after a while the plants grew pretty big. The leaves were pretty big and shiny and healthy, and finally, of course, they bloomed for me. So when taking care of orchids, there are three basic things that you need to keep in mind, especially for Phalaenopsis orchids. Number 1 is watering, number 2 is light, and number 3 is obviously potting media. So in my previous video regarding orchids winter care, you remember I had talked about 3 different mixes of potting media that I used for 3 different orchids, and nonetheless all 3 have bloomed, as you can see over here on the screen. So what I figured out is, in my microclimate, the Phalaenopsis orchids are doing well, because I have made a mix that retains moisture but does not hold moisture and suffocate the roots due to waterlogging. So the media gets enough time to dry out in between waterings, and under the green net shade they get around 15,000 lux of light. Okay, that is what Google says regarding the requirements for Phalaenopsis orchids. And look at the leaves. I don't take much time to clean the leaves individually, but if the basics are right, the plants will bloom for you. As you must have also noticed, the plants are in a double pot setup. The plants are potted in a plastic see-through orchid pot, but that pot is again seated inside an earthen orchid pot. This is simply because Phalaenopsis orchid roots to breathe like other orchid roots, but Phalaenopsis orchid roots are thicker. so they too respire, and if they are transparent, it is easier for them to photosynthesize. Plus, you can see from the outside which roots are alive, which roots are dead. The earthen pot holds on to moisture, so whenever the plants are watered, the earthen pot also gets drenched in water. So that water is held back by the earthen pot and slowly released. And as the earthen pot evaporates the water creates a kind of humid setup around the Phalaenopsis plant, which they love. So this combination, basic combination, has contributed to their blooming, in my opinion. And you will definitely not keep them in direct sunlight, absolutely not under direct afternoon overhead sun. A morning east facing balcony can help, because they are currently in my east facing balcony and they get early morning sunlight. But apart from that, any scorching sun beyond 9 a.m. will scald their leaves and cause sunburn. Okay. And regarding pests, I hear that Phalaenopsis plants are affected by mites, but luckily I do not know why my plants were not affected by mite attack. The main reason mites attack is because of cold, dry ambience around plants. But as far as my orchids were concerned, I have always kept them around other plants which have maintained humidity around them, and because of that, probably the mites have not found it very congenial to attack the plants. Okay, so that is all that I had to say. If you have any queries or questions, you can always come back to me in the comments. Do let me know where you're watching this video from, and if you have any suggestions, definitely voice them. I love to read your comments, and it really makes me happy to see you commenting on my content to support me the way you have been doing all this while. Thank you so much for watching, and it's really a big deal for me to get Phalaenopsis orchids to bloom under my care, because that is all that I have been trying to do for the past 7 years, almost more than that if I'm not mistaken. And this variety of orchids are finally responding to my care. That's a big deal. Thanks for watching.